Welcome to Spoofers, the podcast where we talk about random things.
Hello and welcome to another show here at Spoof's Lounge. Today we have yet another big-time name here. Not only does this guy have the most majestic mustache you'll probably ever lay your eyes on, but he will save your precious cat out of the trees here at the great city of Waxahachie. This gentleman is a father, husband, entrepreneur, and a God-loving American. That's right. I'm having the living legend himself on the show today, Billy Vest. Billy, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me. It only took you a couple of months to get me to agree?
Yeah, you were like, oh, I'm way too important for your little podcast. You know, I got things to do. I have to water the grass or something, you know.
I don't think that's how it went.
Well, man, so first question I really have to ask, and I'm sure you get this pretty often, is what is it with the firemen and these mustache? Like, these big, burly mustaches. Like, when I see you guys get out of the fire truck together, it almost looks like an 80s video starting to come forth, you know, in the background.
What kind of video
it's all, it can be all any video you want it to be. There's several genres. And but yeah, you just kind of hear it, and you kind of hear like the guitar playing in the background. You know, you almost kind of think like, man, there has to be some like chick in a bikini close by when you see all these men come out with these mustaches. You know?
What's cool is that music doesn't stop when we get back in the fire truck. It's not just when we're walking out.
No,
it stays the whole time.
Is it like, so you go to sleep and you're like, this music just...
You can hear it like in the distance.
I can see that. I can see that.
So I'll tell you. So a mustache started with back in the day before air packs and SCBA masks. They used it somewhat like a filter. So you go in a fire and the soot and things like that would somewhat like the snot that, you know, when you start getting in that smoke, snot starts coming out of your nose and things like that. So it kind of created like a barrier to where you could breathe a little bit better. I'm not sure I've never tried that, but
you're being serious on that? Like, that's seriously like, no kidding.
Yeah, there's actually,
okay.
I wouldn't call it science, but that was their excuse, I guess, for why they did it.
Just having a big burly stash is like, that's our filtration device.
Yeah, it was kind of like a filter. So our youngest son, he's 10 now, but he was born premature, so we were in Houston in the NICU for 60 days. So it was the only time I've been off work for an extended period of time since I was in my 20s. Well, when I was in my 20s, when I got hired, you know, you got to shave every other day to come back to work. So yeah. I didn't know that I could grow facial hair. So when I was off for 2 or 3 months, I grew like a beard and a mustache.
Okay.
I was like, bro, I didn't even know. I could do this.
Didn't know it was in your genes.
Right. So ever since then, I'm like, I'm keeping a mustache. So now
now
I just let it roll, you know?
I mean, as you should.
I shaved it off. My wife, one day, she's like, you know, I'm really tired of that mustache. So I shave it off, and it's instant regret, right? Like, I'm in the shower, and I shave it, and I'm like, good gosh, man, what did I just do? And I walk out of the shower, and my wife walks in the bathroom, and she goes, oh, yeah, I like you better with it. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? It took me like a year to grow this thing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I shaved it, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I was at the racetrack, which is funny enough because, you know, I have a business, so most people know me there. And I was standing in the back of this guy's race trailer. There's probably 10 of us standing around just talking in a circle. And this one guy, you know, I've been there for like 10, 15 minutes just hanging out in this crowd.
Yeah.
And he just, all of a sudden, it like came to him. He goes, dude. He goes, I had no idea that was you. I just thought you were some dude standing over here in our group. I'm like, dang, I didn't know I looked that different without it, but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I remember whenever you shaved it, and I think I saw it. Might have been like a day or two afterwards, and you could actually see like the sun shade of the mustache. Like part of your face was still white and everything, you know, and everything else was kind of had like a tan to it, and you're like, oh, this is fresh.
Yeah. It was super awkward. My first time I shaved it, my son, he was the one that was premature. He was little, probably 2 when I shaved it off, and he wouldn't even look at me.
Really?
He thought I was a complete stranger. He would look and he would just like look away.
That's not my dad.
Yeah. He's like, whoa, I can't do this.
So you guys actually have a reason to, whereas the police officers, I guess they don't really have a reason to have their hair filtration device.
No.
No.
I think they're started with, because they can have one now. I believe they can have a beard.
I haven't seen any with any beards, but
I know they did, and I think it was like a certain month for like cancer or something. They did a deal where they like No Shave November or something maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if they can still do that or not, but sometimes they have beards.
Okay. I mean, hopefully the ladies don't show up with beards, but I can see that as well.
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
That would be very awkward. Not totally unexpected, but very awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All right, man. So your official part-time job, obviously, is saving kittens out of trees.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only thing firemen really do.
I've been doing that 20 years, yeah.
I mean,
it's funny you say that. I did have a call for a kitten in a tree. It's probably been 15 years ago. And the lady called our day room, which is where we kind of hang out during the day, and she says, hey, I got a kitten in the tree. I'm like, lady, listen, like, that's really on TV. She's like, seriously? Y'all don't do that? I'm like, no, ma'am, we do not do that.
So you didn't
do it?
do
Who do I call? And I'm like, we have a department called Animal Control.
Yeah, right.
If you call them, they'll come get the cat out of the tree. She's like, oh, okay. So
you guys didn't save the kitten?
No, I try not to do that. we've gotten some out of, gutters and things like that, but yeah, that's a myth.
Oh, okay. I thought it was true. I know Waxahachie is a big, upcoming, real busy town, but I didn't know if that was just like, hey,
we're so busy we can't do that anymore.
Okay, understood. So, I mean, on all actuality, it's actually a pretty cool job being a fireman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a great job.
So, what made you want to become a fireman?
So, I actually wanted to be a cop. And I hope no cops listen to this, but I wanted to be a cop because I got a bunch of cop buddies. I wanted to be a cop, and our older kids are twins, and when they were babies, I was like, I think I want to go to cop school. And my wife's like, why don't you be a fireman? And I was like, dude, that sounds kind of cool too. So that's literally, I've never thought about it a day before that day to ever be a fireman. I never wanted to be one. I never thought about being one. I thought I was going to be a professional race car driver.
For sure. You got the mustache for it. I mean,
yeah.
Dale don't have nothing on you, brother.
I'm telling you. He's good at some things, and I'm good at some things.
That's right. I think if you actually did the racing path, there wouldn't be, no one would be saying, do it for Dale. It'd be people saying doing it for Billy,
Probably.
I mean,
I'm not taking anything away from Dale, but I feel like my mustache is pretty solid.
I absolutely. I'm 100% with you on that one. Absolutely, man. So, try to be a police officer, and you were just like, heck with it. We're just going to be. So, did you watch a lot of Chips or something as a child, or?
I did, dude. I love that show. We actually just put it up at the fire station the other day.
Did you really?
Have you listened to that song lately? The intro. Listen to that intro, and it literally will take you back to when you were like 8 years old.
Okay.
Instantly. You'll be sitting in your living room on shag carpet. Like
real close to the TV.
Yeah, your parents probably have the wooden box with the marijuana on the coffee table.
Yes.
If your parents were like mine.
Like
the whole thing. Yeah, it'll zip you right back to that. Yeah.
All right. So
don't ask if you don't want to know.
Oh no, I want to know. I absolutely. I want to know. I mean, I want the Chips, experience of it. Yep. I like it. Man.
You kind of look like Punch.
If I had some hair, absolutely.
Oh, you do look like Punch.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate it, man. You know the weight of my heart. You know that.
I do. I have a shirt on.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, #1 fan. Probably the only fan I have today. That's for sure. Handed out probably 300 T-shirts, and you're the only one that's going to wear it. Which, speaking of which, if you guys need a shirt, I think I have a small here at the Redport Brewery. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
You can probably, if you run off with it, I will not be upset.
It's a nice shirt. It just
beautiful shirt.
I like your name on it, but it actually just fits good.
Dude, they do fit good, you right?
They don't shrink.
No.
I'm a little fat, though.
But you can't tell with that shirt on.
It's not because of the shirt.
No, that shirt actually makes you look great, man. Like whenever I wear your shirt, people are like, "Wow, that's a great looking guy."
You're my only fan too.
So, like, man, like, what is the preparation of the daily grind of being a fireman?
Man, it's changed.
Yeah.
I can say that. Really, I mean, a lot of people think we just, sit around and wait for the next big thing, but we, daily we have different, like Mondays we call it super cleanup, so we clean the entire station.
Okay.
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are reserved for training, so it'd be whether it be EMS or fire training. Fridays are like pump maintenance, so we take care of our engines. We make sure the pumps work good. We make sure all the screens are clear. We flow through all the discharges, things like that. Take our boat to the lake, our dive boat and our swiftwater boat.
Look at your station. You guys have a boat.
Yeah.
And y'all.
Yeah, we are actually the water station. So we have a dive team and a swiftwater team.
That actually sounds borderline terrifying.
It is.
Yeah.
They came around, it's probably been 10 years ago, they came around asking who wanted to be on the dive team. And the first thing I thought was, first of all, I don't like being in the dark by myself. Second, I definitely don't want to be in the dark in water searching for a dead person by myself.
Yeah.
So I was out, pretty quick on that deal. Swiftwater, I did go to Swiftwater school. It's been a few years back. Probably the coolest and best training I ever had.
I can see it. It's almost like you're trained to be on the rapids, right?
Man, it was just like, it was exhilarating. It was super fun. And I'll tell you, I'm not on the Swiftwater team anymore. And this is why. They have this deal called the low head.
Okay.
So you're doing all this training. It's a simulated river, and it's white. I mean, it's rapids. It's wild, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, when you go to Swiftwater class or training, you train with other departments. So it might be Irving, or it might be Midlow, or other guys that have Swiftwater teams.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you have to depend on them guys to throw you the rope to get you out of this rapids. If you don't get out of the rapids, you're going over the low head. The low head is not where you want to be.
Right.
The low head is like a washing machine on steroids. Like it's gonna bang your head against the bottom, then it's gonna throw you to the top, and you're gonna think you're gonna live, and then it's gonna grab you and throw you back to the bottom. And you're gonna think you're gonna die, and then it does a lot of that.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's some intense training.
So I ended up in the low head.
Oh.
And there's a safety rope going across you can grab when you go over it. But the whatever was happening that day, this low head was giant. And it just ripped it out of my hands. And it was just like ragdolling me. And literally, they say you see that Rolodex when you're about to die?
Uh-huh.
Things just flip, like your whole life flips.
Yeah.
The Rolodex was starting. I was like, I'm fixing to die in a training accident.
Jeez.
And I could see the guys at the top, and then I would just get sucked right back under. And after that, I was like, I'm like 48 years old. I'm not real sure I want to die in water. And I did it for the department. I wasn't getting paid extra. I was just doing it to, add to our team, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's probably the first thing I've ever quit in my entire life. But I was like, I'm good.
I could see, yeah.
I'm good.
I think if it was just for training and I'm not getting anything extra, I mean, besides helping in the department and in your station and whatnot, I don't think there'd be a chance I'd be wanting to, I'm good. Yeah, you guys ain't pulled me out.
And I can still help. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to help if we have a Swiftwater incident, but...
You just don't have the proper certification or training or whatnot.
No.
Okay.
I'm good. It's cool, really cool training. We still send guys to do it, but it's not for me anymore after that.
I could see that. I could definitely see where there'd be some firemen that definitely aren't nearly in shape enough to go through that low head by any means.
We had one guy that worked for me. He was a rookie, and he went through it with me. And he ended up in a pool when he was a kid. I think his uncle threw him in the pool or something, trying to teach him how to swim, but like an old school way.
Yeah,
like,
you're going to sink or
swim.
swim. Get it, brother. Yeah.
Well, he would throw up before every evolution. We would hear him, and he'd be throwing up. And then we'd do the evolution. He'd be good.
Yeah.
Before every one, he would be over there throwing up on a tree or behind something. It was pretty funny.
Jeez.
But he got through it. I mean, he put,
Hey, well, yeah, if you're the rookie.
Yeah, he got willpower. He did it.
Yeah, but if you're the rookie, dude, you have to get
He
it,
did
man.
it on an empty stomach. I can tell you that.
Right?
Yeah.
That is funny. Yeah, swimming back in the day. Let's talk about that. Yeah, back in the day when you learned how to swim, you literally got a boot up your ass, and you're like, in the water you go.
Yeah.
And if you sink, sorry, you had a good run,
Yep. Good luck.
Jeez. All right, man. But so, last year, 24, you end up saving a neighbor and earned the award of Firefighter of the Year.
Yeah.
That's a big dedication of bravery right there. And not everybody has got a chance to hear that story.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's a pretty interesting story. So I'm not a real Firefighter of the Year guy. Like, I don't like the award. I don't think most firemen like it because we all do the same job. We do it because we want to save people, we want to help people. So when you kind of get this accommodation award, it's kind of like, I just want to do it because I like to do it. So I've always been like, I'll send a couple of guys, at Christmas. It's around December when we send these, who we want to be the Firefighter of the Year. We send in letters or whatever to the chief, and I'm like, I'm always struggle with it, but I always pick somebody.
Yeah.
So most guys knew that I don't want that. I don't want the Firefighter of the Year because I think, anyway. So yeah, last year, what's wild is most calls we go on, like it's already happened, right? Like the house is already on fire, or the person's already sick, or already injured, or you don't see it happen.
You don't see it progress in front of you.
Right. It's like, you may have a house that has smoke and it progresses into a fire, but you don't see it blow up most of the time or anything like that. So, I was off duty. I was laying in bed at my house. I was asleep. It was 3 in the morning or something like that. And man, something like, it was the compression. Like I felt compression in my chest. Like somebody slapped me in the chest. And then this like noise. And I didn't know what happened. Like I'm just like, I felt very helpless. Like I had my family at home and I'm like, what do I do? Like what just happened? Something's wrong and I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to like protect everybody, right? So I throw my shorts on and I run out on the porch and all I see is stuff falling from the sky. And I see a glow. Well, probably my driveway's a quarter mile long, so a little over a quarter mile. I can see all this happening. Well, a new family had just moved into the neighborhood. So I kept hearing like voices. I could hear like, if it sounded like voices, like whatever. So I'm thinking, man, it's this new family and these new little kids. Their house blew up. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, man, I'm freaking out. So, of course, I grabbed my son, and he's, I guess, 21 at the time. I grab him, and we just take off in my truck up there, up the road.
Yeah.
And we get there, and poor Walker, like, I'm thinking it's like my crew, right? Because I'm used to having a crew with me.
Sure, yeah, work took over.
So I just put him to work. I didn't think nothing about, like, he's never seen anything like this, right? So I'm just like, hey, go get that lady, and, I'm going to go get this dude. So, man, there was stuff. This house was gone. Like, the only thing was standing was a bathtub and a little wall by the bathtub. It was flat.
So the whole house is
The
level.
whole house was gone.
To the foundation.
To the foundation. I mean, flat.
Yeah.
The biggest pieces I saw were 6 inches, and every 6-inch piece of wood had a nail in it, it seemed like.
Jeez.
So I get there, and I know the house, obviously, right? Because I drive by it every day.
Yeah, it's your neighbor, right?
So the guy had like this glass sunroom in the front. And I always knew he sat on the left side in a recliner. Because I always, when I drive by, I look in there, he didn't even have a TV. He would just sit in this recliner, I guess, look at the wall. On the other side, I don't know.
All right.
All I could see was the back of his head, right?
Yeah.
But it was always on the left side of the house. When I get there, I'm thinking, okay, if this guy was in there, he's got to be on the left side of the house. Well, as soon as I get there, man, I started looking, and I see him. He's on the right side of the house, and he's halfway under the foundation. Like he's in his leg, his legs are shoved under there. Of course, there's some fire around him and stuff like that. So, and then the lady was kind of walking around dazed in the back, so I got my son to get her, right? So I get this guy. This guy's huge, Just typical country boy. You know, we live in the country. Typical country boy overalls, like
Yeah.
big old corn-fed dude, right? And
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
What you would expect.
Yeah, I'm thinking I gotta get this cat to the street. You know, I'll pick him up. I get him about halfway, and he passes out. So now he's just dead weight, right? So somehow I get him to the street, and of course I'm thinking, man, I don't have any medical supplies. Like I'm just checking his airway, right? Like I'm like, dude, you got to keep breathing.
Right.
Well, while this is happening, I keep stepping on nails. I got nails coming through my shoes. Like, like this is the stuff people don't think about, right? And I didn't think about it either. So I was having to pull my shoe off and pull these pieces of wood out of my shoe with my teeth because I couldn't get them out. So
Yeah.
I only thing I grab. I didn't have any pliers.
Right.
So to walk, I'd have to rip these nails out and then put my shoes back on and keep working. So, so yeah, man, we got there and it was wild, man. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. And then we're on scene for I don't know, 20 minutes and I don't have any help.
Yeah, just you and your son. And
yeah. So I ended up calling my dispatch, which we're in the county, right? But I'm like, hey, y'all gotta send me an engine and a helicopter. Like I need help. So they launched a helicopter and we got the man flown out and all that stuff. And we're in communication now. He thought he was in a plane crash. He's finally got his memory back, so he knows his house exploded. But
yeah, when you ain't living in the same house anymore, you gotta know, hey, my house is gone. It exploded.
It was wildest thing I ever seen, man. It was crazy.
Was it just like a gas leak or something, or? Well, it had to have been a gas leak, and.
Yeah, so they say it was. I don't know. You know how old timers are. They piece things together with whatever they got, right?
Right.
So I'm sure the word was he had some kind of leak in there, and it'd been leaking a little while. And when I guess he got up in the middle of the night and got in his recliner, and when he pushed that button, that electric button to recline, it ignited it.
No kidding.
Yeah. It probably would have killed him if it had been outside. Like if the house blew up, but I think he went with the shockwave. Like when the house blew up from the recliner, I think it took him with it.
With him being the center point of the concussion, it just
So I think it took him with all the shrapnel and the debris. Instead of it hitting him, I think
he went with it.
Yeah.
He was the debris going out,
Yeah. But it's wild that he went out of the house and then he went under the house.
Like guess how it sucks you back in?
Yeah, like it threw him out and then pulled him back under or something. It's crazy.
Dude, that is nuts.
Yeah. Yep. And then my son, the next day I'm like, dude, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm all right. But golly, I didn't know.
I don't.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
I don't want to do that again today. Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I got Firefighter of the Year. Not for any, noble thing that I did besides that year.
That doesn't matter. That speaks enough right there,
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, it was a pretty wild night, for sure.
Yeah. Holy moly, man. That's
What's wild is the people that did move in, the neighbor, with the kids, her dad, I believe, had passed away from a house explosion.
And then the neighbor explodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd move.
Yeah. I'm out.
God, yeah.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm out,
Yeah.
Y'all are some great neighbors. I don't feel like blowing up today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. But, I mean, that's cool. I mean, you got an award. I think I've seen your name on the plaque at the fire admin building.
Yeah, so what was really cool is I got Firefighter of the Year, which, I didn't know and I didn't expect it. I think we're fixing to head out to do something, and my assistant chief called my wife, evidently, and said, hey, you need to make sure you are here. So it usually happens at the Christmas party.
Okay.
I don't always go to the Christmas party. Usually we got something else going on. So we, I guess she diverted me nonchalantly, we need to go to this.
Okay.
And then my son, same thing. So what's cool is it was the first time anyone other than a fireman got Firefighter of the Year. So my son got an award also for being there helping me.
Well, yeah, as you should.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
That was pretty sweet.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
It was awesome that they did that.
Yeah.
Recognized him for what he did.
Yeah. Heck yeah. You don't have to just be a fireman, but hey, here you are being a good citizen.
Yeah.
Helping your fellow man out. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Cool.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Yep.
So you also, you help your wife and other homeschooled children learn life skills as well.
Yeah.
I've seen it on the Facebooks to where you help kids, telling them how to change oil, change a tire,
Yeah.
and whatnot. And that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of still serving the community, I guess you could say.
Yeah. We've homeschooled we were homeschooling before it was cool, So it's like 15 years we've done it. And I think 1 year or 2 years, I did a little class to where I teach them how to change their oil and what oil does, and how to put air in your tire and change your flat. And, I don't know if it stuck with them, but it was cool to kind of teach
Even
them something.
if it didn't, man, kids these days don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like zero.
Yep.
They know how to call AAA. I got a flat.
Yep.
I mean, I can only imagine that if at the time I'm going on a date with my wife, and we get a flat tire going on a date, and being like, hang on, let me call AAA. I don't know how to change a tire.
I'm a man of you.
Exactly.
You do it in secret. Hey, when you pull up, just pull around the corner.
Yeah.
Act like you're a buddy of mine.
Yeah, nonchalant, bro. Help me out, man. Do me a solid.
Yeah.
But there just be no way. Like, I don't know. Maybe just because I grew up having to do it all, because I was taught that, hey, if you don't do it, no one else is going to.
Yeah.
I don't have someone coming over to mow my yard.
Yep.
Man, that'd be awesome. I would know what to do if somebody mowed my
Dude,
yard.
have you ever come home and your yard's mowed?
There has been a few times. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
It's an amazing feeling when you pull up and your yard's mowed.
That's awesome.
I had a landscape business years ago, and I sold it. And in the contract, they had to mow my yard every week.
That is awesome.
And man, I would come home and my yard was mowed, and it was like, dude, it's like the best feeling ever. To know you do not have to mow your grass.
That is, I will say, there's been a few times that, my wife Robin's mowed the grass just because I'm buried doing whatever, and she wants to obviously go do all this stuff after work, and I'm like, yeah, I have to go mow the grass.
Yeah, she's been out doing yoga on the surfboard.
She's been doing yoga on the surfboard, living a good life.
Yeah, dude.
Talking about how she had to play fetch with the dog for
She's got that
an hour.
government job where she just gets up when she wants.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And so, yeah. So there's been a few times that she actually had to. I'm not going to say a few times. There's been several times. But I came home and she's mowed the grass. And I'm like, whoa.
Dude.
It did, but then I feel like there's a target on my back. Nothing's free. Like, there's a target on my back, and I'm like, there is definitely something going on right now. And I'm going, this was not free by any means. Even though she has a smile on her face, and she's like, no, honey, it's okay. Like, honey, it is not okay. Like, not by any means. Not by any means at all.
That's the stuff we do so we can get, what we want. But when they do it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, whoa, hang on.
Why are you doing this? You're up to something.
This is not good by any means. Like, am I glad I didn't have to just, sweat for 4 hours, weed eating and, mowing and whatnot?
But what is the cost that's coming?
Yes, something is up. And I don't like where this is going.
Because this is the unknown. This is going to cost me something.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what it is.
Yes, so I had to move up. I think right now I'm up to about 400 pieces of paved stone where I've had to go do all my flower beds and around the trees. And now we're going all around the back deal. And, I had to build a awning where we had a pergola where we had that big hailstorm last year. Yep, that's now gone up. And
I saw that.
Yeah. That made it on Facebook. She made that. She was like, yeah.
I saw it because all your friends were there with me.
You didn't. Oh, I was like, bro, you coming? You're like, oh, I'm way too important for you.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
That's 100% how it happened. I was like, Billy, we're eating. Are you coming by? And you're like, no, man, I'm way too important
Was
for you.
it a crawfish thing?
It was.
Yeah. I don't think that's what happened. But you stick with your story.
It happened twice. It happened twice.
No, I know it did happen a couple times, but I don't think it's since the pergola happened.
No, the pergola was post crawfish.
Right.
Pergola was definitely post crawfish. We haven't
That's
had
when
it.
you've given up on me.
I mean, I ain't gonna say we didn't give up on you. I was like, hey, Billy, what you got going on? And be like, blank. For days.
Busy, man. Busy.
That's right. Yeah. Too busy for your bro. But it's okay, man. It's all good. I understand, I'm just a guy over here with the
That's
microphone.
how you know you really have good friends. Like, they don't have to. Like, you don't have to talk every day.
That is very true. Yeah.
You can pick up where you left off 3 months later.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait, he hit me back, Cool,
He just didn't have his phone.
He lost his phone.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah, new phone, who dis, Like, oh man, you still hungry? Oh yeah, I'm still hungry, bro. I'm on my way.
Yeah, we still looking up for lunch.
Yeah, hell yeah, man, why not, man? Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah, there gotta be a barbecue place around here somewhere, yeah, let's go get some, man, heck yeah.
Speaking of barbecue, I went and ate barbecue in, what was that? Is it Godly? Before barbecue?
Oh, out east.
Yeah.
I think that's Maypearl.
No,
not Maypearl, Maybank.
Maybank.
Yes.
That's where I went. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I went and had barbecue there.
They had a truck here in south side of Waxahachie for a while.
It was really good.
You liked it?
Yeah.
It was
So
different,
yeah, it is it got a little different twist. I wasn't real fond of the ribs, but whatever. But I thought it was pretty good. And dude, I went to Hurtado's
Yeah.
recently. It's all the hype, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was not impressed with Hurtado's.
So where Hurtado is in Fort Worth, I don't know if that's the one that you went to or not.
Arlington.
You went to one in Arlington. Okay, the one in Arlington, I think that's the original one. So my buddy, he had a barbecue place. It was called Derek Allen's in Fort Worth, and this guy had Japanese Wagyu, top shelf brisket, and it was the business. Like it's still the best barbecue I think I've ever had.
Really?
And long story short, the landowner got sideways on his rent. He left. Hurtado's took it over because Hurtado's a lot bigger a name than just a mom and pop. It was literally him, his wife, and he had 2 Hispanic ladies working for him.
Yeah.
And they helped him do that. But man, they made these tortillas for breakfast. He actually won the Big D's best breakfast for like 2 years in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it was amazing, man. These little ladies making these tortillas.
Yeah.
And they cook an egg right there. Then you just like get a slice of brisket or sausage or burn-ins or whatever.
Yeah.
They were making their own sourdough biscuits.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, it was like heaven just
Sounds
pumping
like,
into my mouth,
Yeah, it sounds like it's like walking through HEB and they're making them into tortillas and they throw one at you.
Oh man, like those
right
butter.
off that little press belt.
It's
thing.
hot, but man,
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. Like, tortilla, you're like, heck yeah, little tortilla.
Dude, those HEB butter tortillas. Oh, bro,
The
is
ones that are like corn and flour.
no. This one actually says butter on it.
Oh, okay.
That's when you know that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like when it does say corn or flour, that says butter.
Yeah.
That's the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the corn and flour ones, them things are good too.
Yeah, those were different. They were awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good, man.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. But, all right, man, slowly changing gears to the business side of things. You started up the large empire of Dirt Defender.
Yeah.
And, man, tell me about how all that got started up.
Man, that's crazy. So that was in 2013. A little before that, me and buddy of mine were talking, and it was like, most people listening probably don't know about the dirt track world, but when you know the dirt track stuff, so you have these covers that keep the mud from getting packed in your wheel. Well, every wheel manufacturer made their own cover. So you had a Bassett cover, Arrow cover, all these different covers. And it was like, man, you had to carry so many different covers in your trailer, and you never knew what they fit for your race car.
Yeah.
So we were talking, we're like, there's got to be an easier way. There's got to be something we can simplify this so that if you got a crew guy that comes that usually don't come, he don't have to look through these and try to figure out what fits what. So we got together and we actually met at Razoo's and is it Hewlin Street in Fort Worth?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah. We met at Razoo's and we put in $800 a piece. And we had jobs, right? It was like, you're going to be in charge of making the expansion ring because we needed a ring that would accept the wheel cover into the wheel. And we needed a wheel cover.
Yeah.
So we made a cover that would fit any wheel on the market, anywhere from the most entry-level race car to the most advanced race car. And it would fit the back wheel and the front wheel, which was unheard of. Like you either had a front cover or a rear cover, and then you had a front cover and rear cover that fit different kind of wheel manufacturers, so it was just a nightmare.
So the guys that would show up with, for people that don't understand it, you have this race car and you'll have, say there's 3 different wheel manufacturers. You'd have to have a cover for each wheel as well as a different cover for the front and back.
Right.
And you just say we're simplifying all that.
Yeah, so the bolt pattern to accept the wheel cover on the front wheel was different than the rear wheel, even on the same manufacturer.
It's
So
just because
their rear wheel cover wouldn't fit their front wheel, and their front wheel wouldn't fit their rear wheel. So we made a cover that would fit their rear wheel and their front wheel.
Okay.
Not only just one company, but all the companies. So ours would fit anything. So we basically destroyed the market, overnight. Like it simplified it so much. We called it a pair and a spare. You'd buy 2 covers. It would come with a spare cover, so you get 3, and an expansion ring in a box, and that's all you had to have in your trailer. So you went from having 15 wheel covers to 3. And it didn't matter what kind of car you raced. If your neighbor had the same thing you had, you could just borrow one from him, and it would fit your car.
That is nuts.
Yeah, and they only had back then they were making black, white mainly. I think they had red, yellow, and blue, like basic red, yellow, and blue, right? Like the basic, most basic colors. And we made 15 different colors. We made fluorescent colors, every color, any color you could put in your wrap, we made.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty. Well, speaking like back in the day on them, I think it might have been pre-Dirt Defender, but I remember the old cars had the holographic looking deals. That's OG right there.
They would take the piece after they wrapped their car or put their graphics on, the piece that went over the hood where they would cut the air cleaner hole.
Yeah.
That circle, they would use that graphic to stick on their wheel cover.
Oh, okay. I thought they were all okay. I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
you don't
right
want
on.
to waste the circle. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. I mean, especially if you're having to have 15 different wheel covers. They're making this dude hit.
They're blinging.
Dude, hey.
So we were at the Super Nationals in 2013, and man, we finished this stuff like 2 days before. Like we took a load of stuff that was fresh off the press, and I got with all the big hitters, right? So I got like Mike Nichols, Jimmy Gustin. I got a bunch of these big hitters at the Super Nationals and went to them like, hey, we're making this wheel cover. If it's front back, you can get rid of all your other stuff. Would you be interested in running it? So the Super Nationals that's the cream of the crop. Like,
we got everybody there too.
Those are the baddest dudes on the planet. They're all there. So that year, we end up every single driver that we got on those covers won the Super Nationals. One of them won the Super Nationals in each class. So a modified guy, a stock car guy, and a sport mod guy, all 3 of them just happened to win the Super Nationals that had our covers on their car.
And you got all your stuff right there on the side for the pictures and everything.
And back then it was Dirt Modified Magazine, Stock Car Magazine. So the very front was our covers on these cars. And before knowing that we were going there, we did some advertising with them. So on the wall underneath the flag stand, which no one can see, right, other than the drivers, which are not looking at it.
Yeah.
The wall that everybody crashes into or crashes, into if you whatever. The wall that protects the fans. The fans can't see the wall, but I sponsored Dirt Defender on the wall under the flag stand, and I put 3 Dirt Defender logos. So every photo that was taken for the finish line victory photo when it was coming across the checker flag, first place guy, had Dirt Defender in the background. So every photo that went out from the Super Nationals, from the winners, had our logo in the background. So
that's cool.
The marketing was like
perfect.
It was perfect.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, so you got that, and then all of a sudden you got the guys that are winning with the Dirt Defender wheel covers.
Yeah. So then
next day you're
Yeah, so then Dirt Modified Magazine calls and they're like, hey, we want to do a new product spotlight on your stuff. So we got right into Dirt Modified Magazine.
Oh,
and then,
man.
it just like overnight.
That's literally being at the perfect place at the perfect time.
Yeah, it was wild.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, so that's where all that started, man. And of course now we got some guys that, I don't want to say copy us because, we're not we don't own dirt, we don't own the wheel cover market.
Yeah.
So anybody can make them, so it's cool that everybody makes them, but they try to mimic our stuff, but I think, we're kind of like Nike of shoes,
Yeah.
In the racing business, Dirt Defender is kind of if you got that on your car, then you got the best.
For sure.
So,
yeah, you don't have some knockoff brand or whatever,
Yep.
some cheap China brand, cheap whatever, yeah. Because how you were saying how you make all the different flavors and everything.
Yep.
I want to say you gave me a wheel cover in 2020, and it had
I know where this is.
it had the the Trump guy. They had Mr. Senor Trumpus on there,
Yeah.
and they had at Devil's Bowl. I was racing a sprint car, and they had the you had the Trump, locker up or whatever it was at the time. It might have been something like
From the
this.
jailhouse to the
Yeah, from the
White
jail.
House.
Yeah, and I had him. I was like, man, this is hilarious. This will piss off somebody. I'm gonna rock this.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm going on driving, and all of a sudden I hit this huge mud clot. Probably, I mean, not taking anything away from the wheel or from the the integrity of the wheel cover. We probably were in a rush and didn't tighten or whatever. I hit this mud clot, and at the corner of my eye, I see this red wheel cover just ejectocito out of my peripheral vision.
Yeah.
And, come back. Well, it landed through someone's back trailer. Like, it went through, like, it had so much speed, it went through the roof of the trailer. So,
Yeah.
there was a,
If one's coming at you, you better move.
oh, that dude's got, that.
Yeah.
I mean, even on my GoPro, we was slowed it. We just saw it was just a slow-mo. It was just a blur on how fast that thing just took off. I mean, you gotta think. I'm entering Devil's Bowl. I mean, we weren't going fast in a 305. It might have been doing maybe 110 entering right there. So I mean, wheel speed, you had that,
Yeah,
and then
about 140.
maybe. So yeah, that dude ejected, went right through that dude's roof. He got some. Whether he liked it or not, he got some.
He got a Dirt Defender wheel
He got
cover.
a Dirt Defender wheel cover.
And it fit whatever he had on his car.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And whether he liked it or not, it had a Trump sticker on it.
Yeah.
And then recently you bought Pulse Innovations, right? That was what, last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah, I bought it 2 years ago. Pulse Racing Innovations. Yep. I've been
That's-
trying to buy that company since 2015.
Well, dude, that's
Finally
like when you buy that. That's buying other company. That's big energy, man. That's like, hey, I'm coming through and I'm
Yeah.
laying down the law.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
something I'll never feel. But that's wild, man.
It's funny because after I bought it, I thought, man, I'm kind of tired. I'm not sure if I have it in me to do this. But, the guy I bought that from in 2015, he came to a trade show, a racing trade show. And when I saw that piece for that helmet and it's patented then, I knew, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is the coolest product that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So I tried to buy it from him that day. I said, hey, before you even set this stuff up, I'll buy it. Let me know what you want for your business. He wouldn't sell it, which I understand, Anyway, so fast forward, him and his son started that business, and, it was weird because I was just thinking about the guy. I was like, wonder what that guy's doing these days. And he called me out of the blue. He's like, hey, man, I know you wanted this business in 2015, and I wanted to offer it to you first. I have grandkids, and, we're just busy, and I really think that you would do better at marketing it. I'm doing it a disservice. I'd really like you to have it. I'm like, let me think about it. So it took me about 30 seconds, and I bought it. And, the first thing after I bought it, I was like, oh, man, now I got to get out and hustle this thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Now I got another business I got to keep up with.
Right.
So we've done well with it. We've got 2 months ago. I think this is one of the questions we're going to have later about just getting free product. But everybody wants free product whenever they you sponsor them. Everybody
Sure.
wants something, and that's cool. I mean that helps us. But we get an order through the website, and it's Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
I'm like, this ain't Kyle Larson.
This is his brother.
Yeah. So me being the genius I am, I'm like, he ordered 6 sets of parts that most sprint car guys don't order. We have different parts for sprint car guys. They're called lockdown posts. So he ordered regular posts for his helmet. So I'm like, this dude ordered the wrong parts. Now I have an excuse to call Kyle Larson.
Right.
So I do. I
Okay.
already got his credit card information. Like, I feel like we're bros, right?
That's right.
So I call him, and I'm like, hey, Kyle, this is Billy from Pulse Racing Innovations. He's like, what's up, man? And you hear his kids playing in the background,
Yeah.
He's just, I never look at people like I've never gotten an autograph or anything like that. I just think people are people.
Sure.
But I said, hey, man, I think you ordered the wrong stuff. Sprint car guys order lockdown posts. And he said, well, I put Loctite on mine. I like the other post, the original post. And I'm like, okay, well, I was just calling to make sure, double check. Really, I just wanted to see if it was really Kyle Larson.
For sure.
And sure enough, man, it was Kyle Larson. I got his credit card number.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. We could probably buy whatever we want.
Dude, we could make it rain somewhere. You know what I mean?
Dude, right here in Railport.
We could definitely get a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe two. I don't know if we push it that. That California money spends a little different. You know.
So it's pretty cool because I mean, like Tyler Clem ordered last week, which is I've watched that kid come up from the ranks, and the guys that won the Chili Bowl last year had our products on their helmets. We have a deal with Bell helmets. Every dirt track helmet that goes out of Bell's factory has our posts on them.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
So the Bell helmet that I bought already has your post on it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's been cool just to see. I mean, we got a lot of Kenny Wallace and a lot of these guys that are on big timers in NASCAR. They go to they like dirt track racing, right?
Yeah.
And they all run our products. Me and Kenny are good buddies, and so it's pretty cool to watch. Kind of what's happened. From
Heck yeah.
2013 to watch it kind of turn into what it's turned into.
But funny story is that you gave my wife Robin one of those pulse deals for her helmet, and she goes and takes her super hot rod Chevy Cobalt out to Rysel, and she didn't have any tear offs, so she put a fresh deck of tear offs on it. And I'm like, this is like $20. You won't pull 20 tear offs in 2 years in this car.
Right.
And I was
it's
like,
a front wheel drive. How do you turn? Where's the mud coming from?
Bro, she will rip them like she's driving a sprint car. Like, I'm talking like, you see her go down the straightaway, it's like pull. I'm like, what are you even pulling? Like, is it dusty? Like,
it's
wipe
like
it off.
when you're a kid and you're on your bike and you're acting like you're driving, so you stop at fake stop signs.
Yes.
And like turn your blinker on.
That's her. And so I'm watching her, and like every time you pull, well, that's $1 coming off,
It's $1.
So we go there. I think it just gets dusty, because their track's always garbage. And they go there and it's dusty. She's like, "Oh, I can't see. Pull." And I'm like, "I'm wiping this dude out. This is a $1 bill,
Right.
Well, so she goes out to Rysel, the track that they had out there, and she wanted a fresh deck of tear offs for the feature because it was muddy. It's like, this is asinine.
Yeah.
And I go do it. I was like, "Hey, you don't have your pulse things." "Oh, I didn't put that on." I was like, "Okay." Sure enough. First, she don't even make the first turn. She's going to the front straightaway and pulls the whole stack off, and I see her just throw it out the window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
It's wild, man. Like
that would have helped. Of course, did she need to? No, because there was no mud. No mud comes off the back of.
She survived the race.
Yeah, she definitely survived the race. But it's like I'm watching her, and I go and I see her pull 20 tear offs. So she just got $20 in her hand, and she just throws it out the window.
Yeah.
Like, no big deal. He'll buy me some more.
Yeah.
But if she had the pulse.
Yeah.
The Pulse Innovations tear off, it would have just been one right there, and we would have been good, and she'd probably still have that same stack on there, here 6 months later.
It's wild because Ricky Thornton, which, dirt track guys that are listening know who Ricky Thornton is. He, the Chili Bowl last year, I was going to put one on his helmet, and he goes, "Man, I just run the post. I've never tore a whole stack of tear offs." And for everybody listening, like tear offs are like the little laminated. It's like giving you a new windshield every time you tear one off.
Yes.
Because it gets packed with mud. But he goes out, and I hear the announcer. They're like, "I'm pretty sure he tore his whole stack of tear offs." And I'm like, "Dude, you tore your whole stack of tear offs, didn't you?" Yeah. So it's amazing that such a little piece like that will prevent. I tell people, I'm like, if you're leading a race for $100,000 to win, and you tear your stack of tear offs, you're done. It will cost you $100,000, and that piece that's $20
would have saved it.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy that something like that has such an effect, on a race that it does.
Oh man, just speaking on that, I remember the very last national tour, sprint car race that I did. I was at Devil's Bowl, or the one at Devil's Bowl at least. It was the Winter Nationals, and I'm trying to go, and I was like, man, I'm all pumped up. I finally got a chance to make the A main at and this track is super, locked down, which means that it's muddy.
Yeah.
And Devil's Bowl, super fast, and that mud it comes at you.
Yep.
And I remember I had 10 tear-offs, and I put another stack on it. Sure enough, I didn't have your tear-off deal, because I remember at the time, I think right afterwards when I was like, "Hey, do you need to put this on my helmet?" But I go there, and I go on the back straightaway, it gets so covered, and my heart's just pumping. I reach back, I pull, and all 30 tear-offs are in my hand. And I'm going, as I'm still wide open, turning into 3, and I'm like, I still have the tear offs in my hand because I'm in
You don't
disbelief.
want to let him go.
I'm like, I go out there, I go that frustrated. I'm just like, I reach my hand out, and I was like,
$30.
goodbye. I won't see you for the rest of the night. So I'm going down and I'm racing,
Yeah.
and like, we were still fast, but I'm going down the straightaway with my hand in front of my helmet, just getting pelted by all this mud, and that, we're doing every bit of 140-ish down those straightaways, easy, and that mud is hitting the back of your hand, and that
you
hurts.
can't flip your shield up.
No.
And you can't wipe it because it smears it.
That's right.
So I'm saying,
I'm doing this, and so I'm trying to drive with one hand at the fastest track there is in Texas.
Yep, for sure.
And as I'm trying to dodge mud, and I don't want to get behind anybody because it hurts too bad. Well, that's where it's that was. Yeah, that is definitely something that people need to invest in for sure.
Yep.
But kind of talking about like you give a lot to the community, just the community, not the racing community, but the community period, being the fireman and obviously the firefighter of the year, and how you just says like, man, being a kind-hearted individual as yourself, because I mean you are, you give to the community, you do everything, but like, how many people just show up with their hand out all the time, like, hey, I want you to sponsor me, give me this, give me that, I want, like, that has to get draining, man, because like, hey man, you're just like, hey man, I'm here, I'm helping everybody, and I mean, obviously, I know you wish that you could just give everybody everything under the sun. I mean, heck, I know I'm the same way. It's like, man, you want to help out everybody you can, but man, that has to get kind of tough sometimes, right?
There's a couple of things, like if you give out too much product, then it hurts your dealers.
Yeah, because they're not selling.
Right. So when I first got in this business, I told myself I'm going to give back, right? Like, I'm blessed, I'm going to give back to the racing community, whatever it takes. So I gave away a lot of product, and I had a dealer call me, and they're like, hey man, like, you're giving away a lot of product. And I never thought about it. And I was like, you're right. Like, it is affecting your sales, because if I'm giving it away, then they're not buying it.
Yeah, right, sure.
So we're in the business to make money at the end of the day. So I did pump the brakes a little bit and kind of revamped how I did things. It wasn't just for everybody. We try to find drivers that are good people. We don't like sponsoring people that are going to make us look bad. But I mean, I'm telling you, we used to get probably 50 to 100 sponsorship requests a day.
A day.
Now we're down to probably 20 a week.
Okay.
And the ones that hurt are the ones that are the ones that you like irritate. You're the ones that are like, hey man, sponsor me some wheel covers, or sponsor me, and you're like, just because,
right?
like I'm just supposed to do this because.
Yeah, because you sent me a Facebook message.
Yeah, and then on the backside of that, what happens is if you don't, they'll run somebody else's product.
I could see that.
Yeah, they're like, if you don't give me something free, I'm just going to go to the next person that will give me something free. And that's not everybody. I'm just saying that happens sometimes. And then another thing that happens that really irritates me is when someone gets upset at me for whatever reason, I used to race.
Sure, yeah.
So racing in this racing community and having a business that's directly correlated with racing is difficult. Because if you rub somebody wrong, if you get into them, or if you bump them, or you outrun them, people get their feelings hurt, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So they'll give you a bad review, or they'll run somebody else's product. So I've seen it time and time again. Like, we'll sponsor somebody, and then something happens, whether we don't give them enough product or whatever, and they'll just start running somebody else's product, and you're like. So if I'm not giving it to you free, you're just going to bounce into someone else. So there's no loyalty, right? And I say that, like, Kenny Wallace, 100% loyal guy. Like, he will call his wheel manufacturer first before he, when we first sponsored him, he's like, let me call Arrow Wheel or Bat, whoever he's with. Let me make sure they're cool with it because I've been with them so long. And they were cool with it, so he ran our products.
Yeah.
He's loyal like that. Like, that's the people we want.
Sure, absolutely.
But... And I'm not saying this a blanket thing because not everybody does it, but it's kind of irritating whenever you can't sponsor somebody this year because you're kind of wanting to sponsor some other people and make it fresh to get guys in different regions. Some years we overload certain regions, so the next year we need to put half of them. We need to switch gears and put them in this region. So we need these guys over here.
Yeah.
Just to spread the wealth on a product and market it. So yeah, it's irritating whenever you sponsor someone and something happens and they jump ship.
Oh,
That's how they show
their true colors.
They basically tell me this is how I'm going to get back at you.
Yeah,
I'm going to run somebody else's product.
But I've never just been like, hey, just open-handed, like, hey, what can you give me for free?
Yeah.
If you don't give it for me for free, I'm going to go find someone who can sell it to me cheaper than what you can.
They're out there, and we have a ton of really good guys. We have great customers. We have great guys that we sponsor. And like I said, we kind of call through them. So if you don't get sponsored, you might look at your Facebook or your social media and you might figure out why we don't sponsor you.
Sure.
But like last year we sponsored this kid, and if it's a kid that's still in school, if he's not making good grades, we do not sponsor him. We want proof that he is doing his schoolwork and making good grades before we'll sponsor him.
Well, that's the most important thing anyways.
Yeah. And we get a lot of response from the parents. They're like, dude, this is awesome. Absolutely, he should be making good grades. So that's what we'll tell them. Hey,
Heck
man,
yeah.
You're making good grades, we'll sponsor you. If you're not, we're not going to support you.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. I remember there used to be, whenever the junior dragster program, because I drag raced when I was a little kid. And if you were failing a class, NHRA would not let you participate.
Yeah.
But it ain't like that anymore. Now there's
That's how it should be, man.
Absolutely,
Just academics come first.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sorry, when you're 13 years old, that should be number one priority.
Yep.
Obviously you got other things on your mind as a 13-year-old kid, but
sure.
All in life, when you look at it, that get your grades and pass your classes and get on with life.
Yep.
Everything else can seriously wait.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be if you're not already driving a World of Outlaws sprint car or a late model. Yeah, brother, it ain't there yet.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look back and I wish that someone would have pushed me. My parents were my childhood. It was pretty jacked up, but I wish someone had put that into me. Hey man, you need to pass school, or I'm not going to give you this, or you're not. And one of my best friend Dennis, his dad was like that. I remember I stayed with him for a long time, and for me to work on my race car, I had to work on everybody else's race car.
Okay.
And I had to clean up around the shop, and I had to do all these things, right? And at the time, I was like, man, this is crap, dude. I got to do all this for everybody else's stuff. So then on Saturday morning, before the race is Saturday night, I get to bring my car up to the shop, and now I get to work on my car.
Yeah.
After I worked on everybody else's all week. But now I look back, and I'm like, the dude was just teaching me, hey, man, you got to have responsibilities.
Absolutely. That's pretty much, that would be your 9 to 5. You got to get it done. Then, hell, you want to have fun? Okay, well, now it's going to be at the end now, brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wish that, as far as academics, I don't have a business degree. I got my GED in high school. I just wanted out, I wasn't a school guy. I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't academically. My wife, she's valedictorian, most likely to succeed, cheerleader. It's crazy that people see us and they're like, what? How did this happen? I wasn't even there for picture day, you know what I mean? For the picture album or whatever it is, the school, whatever they call that thing, yearbook.
Yeah, for the yearbook, right.
But I think I got enough street smarts and just drive from being so, poor and not having anything that I've made it through.
You got to have, that was your drive.
Yeah, it would have been a lot easier to have some business degree and, some school.
Oh, yeah. And, a couple $1 million backing you on a couple of ideas. And
yeah.
That'd have been awesome.
Yeah, I do have guys that still, when I started Dirt Defender, I'm like, I was broke.
Sure.
Like I said, we put $800 a piece in and tried to make it work, and it did. But eventually, I have a guy that's one of my best friends here in town. And he just make fun of me, dirt devils, blah blah blah, And but 2 years later, he's like, how can I buy a percentage of the company? And I'm like, you ain't buying a percentage of the company. I already did all the hard work and got it to where it's at. Now you want to buy in?
Right.
You got to buy in whenever we're getting it going.
Right. We're in the dirt.
Yeah, we're eating beans and cornbread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we ain't selling this when it's filet mignon time. No,
No, you done missed the boat, bud.
That's right. That's right. Go get your own. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Changing gears one more time. In 2020, you and your wife were in DC, correct?
We were.
And you were there whenever the so-called shit popped off, right?
We were there.
Dude, what was that like?
Man. So, we stayed there for 4 or 5 days before. We kind of got there and hung out, did some stuff, and we kind of was there to see people rolling in. You know what I mean? Like, more people showing up. And I'm going to tell you, man, they shut down all the public restrooms. They tried to make it to where no one could, like they made it, like, terrible for everybody, right?
Uh-huh.
But we were standing next to people from Vietnam, China, Japan, you name it. There was so many people from different countries, like when we were listening to his speech. It was wild. Like, everyone was the nicest people you could meet. Anywhere you went to eat, everyone was super nice, talked to each other. Hey, why are you here? Like, oh, yeah, cool. You're from where? It was the most peaceful thing I've ever seen until that happened. And we were literally walking down the street. And I remember looking back from where we had the speech, where he gave his speech, and there was no garbage. Like, everyone picked up after themselves. There was dumpsters in the street full of trash, but it wasn't like left. Like, they didn't just leave trash everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't just people just throwing stuff on the ground. It was all.
Yeah, like, everybody was super respectful.
Okay.
Everyone was super nice, and you had a couple of people that were like on mopeds driving around with speakers like F Trump, like these songs going. It was stupid.
Uh-huh.
But everyone else was having a great time. Super nice people. Never saw anything crazy. And then we start walking down, and we get about halfway, and I'm not I don't like to be in big crowds where I can't get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is getting a little crowded. Like, I would rather just go to the hotel and let's just watch it on the news, So we peel off, and we go to the hotel, and then all this stuff starts happening, right? We're watching the news. Well, it's the first time I've seen in real time the fake news. Like, I was there.
Yeah.
So I saw reality of what was happening. And then I saw what the news was putting out. 180, it was wrong. Totally different.
Like, all news outlets, it was all totally wrong.
Totally wrong. I mean, we were there.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, me and my wife, I bet we sit there for 2 hours watching the news just like with our jaws on the ground. Like, this is all fake. This is not what's happening. Like, we're here.
Yeah.
I've been here for 4 days, and this is not what's happening. And it was like debilitating. It was like, this is the fake news that we're talking about. Like, we're witnessing it in live time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because we're in a hotel like 1 block off.
Yeah, so, and plus you were there as they're reporting on, hey, this is what's been happening here in the past, whatever. And
everybody was peaceful.
That is crazy.
It was wild, dude. And then just seeing the stuff written on the buildings.
Yeah.
Like our history and like what we stand for and the statements made by, historians. And it was like, if we just read that, like, that's where we're supposed to be.
For sure.
Like, it's on the buildings for a reason. They put that on there because that's what their belief system was. And now we're just in this, like, what are we doing?
That is nuts.
Yeah.
But
wild.
I mean, so like, would you even say, like, everyone talks about, like, hey, these are paid actors that go out and they get a mob going or whatever. So you can definitely see something like that going on where,
yeah,
100%. Because there's been evidence that shows that, hey, these so-called disaster actors, they're paid by whoever, because it's like you'll see where it's the same people that are in different news stories throughout the year.
Yeah, it was if I wouldn't have been there, I don't know. I probably wouldn't think the same way, but I was there.
Yeah.
I was like, they're not reporting what's really happening. Because I'm here. Like, I can go out in my front of my hotel and look over there and see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, because you're there. You're like, they're reporting live, and you're like, brother, I'm right here. Like, I don't.
It's crazy, man. It was wild.
I mean, you would think that more people would stand up and say something. But I guess even if they do, okay, you go on Facebook.
Yeah, who's gonna listen?
Yeah, who's going? Yeah, you and your 500 friends on Facebook, they're gonna be like, man, you just need to
Yeah,
shut
well,
up.
and then at the time, you're like, man, if I post something, they're gonna come track me down and put me on trial and put me in prison.
No,
They
right?
were looking for people. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Because then,
So-
man, right after that's whenever they put up all the barbed wire and everything around the White House and all government buildings there in D.C.
Yeah, it was already blocked off where you couldn't get to it when we were there.
Well, the White House always has the fence around it,
Okay.
but I
Yeah,
know
it
that.
had a fence around it.
Yeah, the White House always has a fence around it, but I know that they put barbed wire around it.
Yeah.
And then like all the other government buildings, they fenced it off and put barbed wire like where the Senate meets and everything. It's all you can't get to it anymore.
Yeah.
I guess the guy with the one bear hat or whatever it was did that one in,
The horn.
Yeah, the Viking.
Yeah, the Viking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy time, man. It was so cool though. Like it was my wife's idea, and we left like in 2 days. Which she's a planner, so it was pretty wild that we just jetted
Spontaneously
like that.
just got up and did that.
Yeah, it was cool though, just to be there.
Oh, I
And
bet.
witness, like what really happened.
Yeah. So you can actually say, hey, this is what happened. This wasn't no.
Yep.
It wasn't no some violent mob the entire days and
Nope.
tore the Lincoln statue down and wore his robe around for 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yep. No, and they,
Jeez.
like I said, they shut down all the bathrooms so nobody could use the restroom. They shut down everything, so you couldn't, just to try to make it hard on people.
Yeah. I mean, that could definitely make it hard. You're out there for a few hours. You definitely got to relieve yourself sometime.
Yep.
That'd be.
But I can guarantee you there wasn't no poop or pee anywhere.
That's good.
Yeah, respectful people just kind of hold it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah. Jeez.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. It is crazy times, man. Just like how recently, the shooting of Charlie Kirk, and that guy, he was literally, depending on, I mean, it doesn't matter what political affiliation you have. He was not a violent person.
No.
He literally brought forth a debate. He goes, hey, I am a conservative Christian. I have my table here. I have a microphone. There's a microphone over there. Let's talk.
Yep.
Because the whole country is founded on different ideas. If me and you have the same idea, well, we're just going one direction. Right or wrong, brother, that's the way we're going,
Right.
And so he just brought forth a way for people to conversate. I don't think I ever saw him curse anybody or ever do anything,
No.
He might have questioned their intelligence,
Sure.
which, because you see all these reels about him doing whatever on, social media. And,
But most of the time what he said, even if it sounded rude, was true.
it was a fact.
Yeah, it was true.
It was a fact. Like, there would be times where he's like, this person would be like, I identify as a female. It's like, okay, well, what is a female?
Right.
And they couldn't answer it. Because, for whatever reason, they couldn't answer it. And it just made people irate.
Yep.
And that's fine. But like, if a fact is making you upset, you need to look at said fact, whatever it is, and understand what you're upset about.
Right.
I'm upset that I'm not a millionaire, but I just know it's because I don't have those numbers in my bank account.
Right.
Upset solved.
Yeah, it's, it was wild because I was talking to my son, and he's 22, and he's listening to him for like 5 years. So he's like, dude, I was a little emotional yesterday. I'm like, I was too. I was at the firehouse, and I was like, man, this is a big day.
Oh yes.
Like all this dude did was debate. He gave everyone a platform. Like he gave whatever your ideas or thoughts were or opinions. You had a microphone.
Yes.
He gave you the table.
You had just as much say so as he did.
Right. And all they did was he'd talk back. You'd say whatever. He would say whatever. Like he wasn't violent.
No, he was not, and he didn't give. It wasn't mandatory that you had to talk to him.
Right.
Everyone had
You
the
could just
option.
stand in the back.
If you wanted to, or you just be like, man, you know what? We're going to go down the street. We're going to go have a beverage.
Yep.
And you didn't have to. So I mean, it just blows my mind that somebody would actually, even in public, just kill somebody like that for literally having, hey, if you want a voice against me, here it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's freedom of speech, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is what the left fights for.
Yes.
Like, you need to listen to me. I have the right to say these things, and you're supposed to, right?
That is correct.
So all he's doing is speaking. He
Yeah,
has the right to speak what he wants to say as well.
Yes.
And he wasn't saying anything bad. Talking about gang violence, and he's like, I just want to know the numbers. Are we talking about this, or are we talking about that? Like, which number are we looking at here? And yeah, it's, I don't care what your beliefs are. Like, for you to wish someone to die,
Yeah, that's
no
not
matter
right.
what side you're on, you're still human. So yeah, it was, for me, it was pretty tragic, and and I don't want to. Like, it pissed me off.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and I don't want to be divided, but I'm gonna tell you, like, if you come at me with some of those comments I've seen, I'm probably gonna slap the shit out of you.
Right.
Like,
No, there should be no reason why somebody
not,
should wish somebody dead or.
Yeah, I'm
for
not down.
any,
I'm not down with that.
I mean, there's something, especially what he provided. I mean, there's no reason to wish.
No.
I mean, can you wish that? Hey, I wish he didn't do this anymore. Sure, you can wish that. You don't kill a guy that has wife and kids, just because
dude.
he gave you a platform to talk.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, the college is where it all starts. If you can change the mindset of the college age kids when their prefrontal cortex isn't even developed, like, that's what we're doing, right? Like, we're trying to get them going down a whatever path,
Right.
whatever these schools are doing to them. And I think he was making such an impact that they're like, we got to stop this cat.
I could
He
definitely see
is
that.
influencing these people and changing people, and this has got to stop.
I could see it, man, because I know whenever I went to UNT, people still consider that. They were like, oh my gosh, UNT is such a liberal college. I didn't see it as being that liberal, especially compared, also, we're talking years ago compared to now, where times are definitely different now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think when I saw somebody with, like, either blue or pink hair, they're like, oh my gosh, look at that thing, where now it's the norm, But, there would always be, some kind of debate going on in front of, Wooten Hall or whatever the case is, and, but nothing on this course of what this guy did. And I think that if it did, and it actually, in colleges when you're learning, you're having different ideas really for the first time, because when you grew up with everybody in your area your whole life, so from, kindergarten all the way to high school, well, you're with the same group of people.
Right.
Yeah, your ideas might vary differently, but you're with the same group of people. So in college, you're actually going out and you're seeing people from a wide range for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're knowing that the world actually is different than what's just 5 miles down the street, The world is actually very different. And to have different ideas to where, hey, this guy's doing this or whoever, even if you're super right, and you hear someone talk from the left for the change, you're like, oh my God, look at that, Them people are different, Same way. Like, if you're from Portland, Oregon, and you come to Texas to go to school, and you got this, guy talking in front of you, you're like, oh my God, this is different,
Yeah.
There shouldn't be, if it's just words and there's no kind of violence or any type of aggression behind it, why would you
It's just a conversation.
It's a conversation, yeah. Like, I'll have a conversation with anybody. I got a damn podcast,
Yeah.
I literally talk to anybody. Like, right before you, I had, let's ask a black dude,
Right. And then you had Travis Smith, which is a city councilman, right?
Yes, I mean,
and you may not agree with the things he was saying. There were some things I was like, whoa, bro, I didn't know that.
Right.
And I may not agree with it, but it doesn't mean like I need to shoot and kill him.
Absolutely not, man.
He's
Yeah, like,
just a dude.
Yeah, because I don't agree everything that Charlie Kirk said. I don't. Like, there are certain things I did not agree with him on.
Yeah.
There was never, like, a bone in my body but like, this guy got to be taken out.
Right.
Never. Or even, like, say you're going on the opposite end, and you had, Joe Biden as president. Okay? Yeah. There was never once and I was like, exit him out, bro. Like, curtain call, JFK him,
Yeah. No, I couldn't stand him.
I
couldn't stand him. But I never would have thought, like, he needs to die.
No, like, man, I would. And honestly, I loved his speeches because you never knew what was going to come out of his mouth.
Right.
He was almost like,
I'm not listening to this. I'm listening to it.
Right.
I'm 100% tuning into this.
Oh, yeah. We talk about, like, oh, gosh, one year it was New Year's Eve. Talking about, man, I got me some ice cream. I'm like, that's my guy. That's my guy right now. Well, that's like whenever, George W. Bush was the president. he popped out some big word. He's like, man, I nailed that son of a bitch, you know?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
He ready to high five somebody, you know?
Look at me go.
Yeah, look at me go, man. I said that big word. I'll do it again too. Watch me, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but never once I was like, oh man, X amount, you know?
Yeah.
It just blows my mind, man, how much the world has changed.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, there's been so much, but I think this is like a turning point. I really do think, like, you know, I'm a Trump fan. I wouldn't want to hang out with Trump on a daily basis. Like, he's not my guy, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think that that's the kind of guy we need in to make changes. Because he don't need your money. You don't need your, you know, he's going to do his thing. And I don't agree with everything, but most things. But that dude is going to be next level. After this, personally, I think this is personal.
I could see that.
I think he's going to be like, you want to see some heads getting busted? It's going to be on now. Like, there's going to be zero tolerance. You know, especially with stabbing on the subway. You know, like, it's out of control.
Oh, it's
like, there's
it's
got to
terrible.
be consequences. Like, that guy, I don't know how many cases he's had against him, but it was a bunch. He should have been in prison for life, probably. And here he is able to stab somebody on the subway, like an innocent person. So I really think that this is a turning point for a lot of things.
You know, as it should be, but you know, you don't go see cities burning. You don't see anything. You see a call for justice,
Right?
you know, because that's what should happen. Hey, this guy should, you know, well, they're gonna find you. I mean, I'm sorry, you do something like this, buddy, you're getting caught.
Right.
You know, if it was, you know, I mean, look at Lee Harvey Oswald, JFK assassination.
Yep.
The dude was caught in no time. Like, yeah, this guy, he got a day or two head start because there's such a large crowd, but
yeah,
it's over, man. Like,
yeah, technology's way too good now.
and then on top of that, everything that you tried to silence by assassinating this guy, but now he's a martyr. He's bigger. He's bigger than ever now.
Absolutely.
And so everything you just tried to accomplish, you did nothing.
Yep. Yeah. Sad day, man.
It is a sad day.
Like, it was.
It's sad that we're actually having to talk about something like that.
Yep.
But that's just my take on that. You know, it's just sometimes you need to have a good vent about it.
Yeah. Can we finish with something positive?
Absolutely, man. I thought you would never ask that.
Yeah, dude.
We don't ever end on
like a little grumpy right
we don't ever end on a sad note here at all. You know. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the handout on the sponsorships here for a second, okay?
Never get me in trouble. I'm gonna get all kinds of bad reviews.
Ah, man, this is gonna be a good review here, man, because you're gonna help somebody here, okay? And it won't even be just for like a racing sponsorship. It'll be for like a maybe we say like a softball team or something like that, okay, or a baseball team. You know, trying to go get someone so and so's bail bonds. You know, Ellis County bail bonds. You know, trying to get them to sponsor them or whatever. You know,
Okay.
Good. You know, I guess you could say, what's it called? Little League baseball team sponsorship. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So, what would be the proper way for someone to either go in front of Dirt Defender, Ellis County bail bonds, Mike's Gentleman Club, whatever the case will be? How would that be? What's the proper way to go from and be like, hey, would you like to sponsor my baseball team, softball team, race team, whatever? Like, what would be a good way to do that?
Did Kenny did Kenny tell you to do this?
Actually, no.
Is he fixing to ask?
I don't think so.
Kenny's like, hey man, can you get this set up for me? 'Cause I'm fixing to send an email.
I'm about to send this email. I need to know what I need to ask for. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just wondering because
I don't think there's any one way. I think it's just like a lot of it is just we get the emails about I've won this, I've won this, I've won this. For me, when I look at your social media, I'm gonna look at your social media.
Sure.
So if you ask for a sponsorship, your social media better be pretty clean. And when you say I'm gonna put, we always put out podcasts, or we have a this we put out, we have a this we put out. I'm gonna look and see if that's really what you're doing.
Yeah.
With other sponsors. And I can tell you, like, we have some guys that you think are gonna be like the big hitters. You're like, I need this guy, because this guy is gonna take us to the next level. If we know this guy has our product, and they don't do nothing for us. And then we have a guy that is a penny pincher that's just barely making his way, that promotes us like crazy. So he markets us in every interview, every victory lane, photo. I mean, he's the one saying Dirt Defender. If you and we look at that too. If you're not mentioning our name in your interviews, it's a big deal, and we listen for it, right? Every company on the planet that sponsors these cars, they look for that. If and I understand like you get nervous and you miss some things, but if it's every time and you're not getting noticed, you're probably not going to get sponsored again the next year.
Okay,
because
that's fair because you're giving either your money or a product or whatever. Hey, I need some kind of recognition. You can't just point at a sticker on my car.
When you get a sponsorship, you have responsibility. And your responsibility is to market the company that's giving you product or giving you money.
Okay.
Like you've taken on a job. And your job is to make my company grow.
Sure. You want to make your hobby or your company grow. Well, we're in a agreement together, and you got to help me out as well.
Yeah. If you're not going to help us, I'm not just going to give you product just because you need it.
Yeah.
Now
everybody needs something. I
can tell you, like whenever I see a car that flips, a car that gets destroyed, a car that like these types of things, I always send them a care package. Like I'll try to look them up. Okay, this dude rolled on the front straightaway and his car is totaled. I'll send him a care package so at least he has something whenever his car gets back together or he gets a new car. This ain't on his mind. So I'll send him, $150 worth of product or whatever. Just to try to, hey man, here.
Yeah.
Try to make it a little lighter, lighter on the load of rebuilding your car or whatever.
Okay.
So we try to do those things. And we look for that stuff.
Yeah.
Like we don't just sit back and just collect money.
Yeah,
we're always trying to give back, but we want to give back to those people that are, especially the ones that take our product or our money. They have a job to do, and it's to make our business grow. And if you're not making our business grow, we're going to move on to somebody else.
Heck yeah! I mean that's nature of the beast right there.
That's just how it works.
Okay, so pretty much, so say Farmer Jim has a baseball team or has his son's little league baseball team. And he wants to go to whatever company. It's pretty much he just kind of needs to have, hey, this is what we are. This is who we are. We're needing funding for whatever. Or we're needing Wendy's chicken nuggets for post game celebrations or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Companies want to help good people.
Yes.
Companies don't want to help bad people or people you see these people selling football. Your raffles or all the stuff that you see in the parking lots, right? They're like, oh, buy these, or I need, we're doing our Little League thing. I mean, it's all the time.
Yes.
Something's got to separate yourself. Like at some point, you're like, I can't just give to everybody.
Right.
I got to say no to somebody. So you start looking, and you're like, man, these people look legit. Like they're actually promoting products. They're promoting their Little League, and they look like good people. It's just how it is, man. You got to do your research, and we want to have good people, and that's what we do.
Okay,
we don't just sponsor anybody.
Right. I mean, you did give me a wheel cover one time, but
that's because we felt sorry for you.
Yeah, because I flipped a lot.
You did. Yeah, dude, that one crash. I don't even understand how you got back in the car. And then you're like, hey, come hot lap my car at Devil's Bowl, and I'm like, of all tracks that I would hot lap a sprint car, that's the last one. That track is way too fast. I took my stock car there. So my grandpa grew, when I was growing up when I was a little kid, he raced at Devil's Bowl.
Yeah.
I never raced at Devil's Bowl until the year before it closed down. And it was like a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
So I took my stock car out
I was actually out there helping you.
Yeah. So I took my stock car, and coming out of turn 4, I was like, I can't believe how fast I'm going. It's unreal. You can't even think about it. You're like, I can't think about how fast I'm going because I'm going to freak out. Dude, because you're climbing out of 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
You're climbing up a hill. And in 3 and 4, you're going down the hill.
And
there's a giant wall that comes up very fast.
Oh, yes.
It's wild. I did set quick time out there.
Heck yeah.
In that Enduro at one time. I won the whole Enduro, or the Fast 50 part of the Enduro, and I set quick time.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. I got the trophy to prove it. It's probably the only trophy I own. Because I don't ever win.
Dude, my trophy.
I think I've won 2 races since 1995.
Bro, my trophy cabinet looks so bare. Ever since I'm like, man, drag racing's stupid. I'm going dirt track.
It's been there so long, you got to put new glass in it because it's fogged like this.
Yeah, it's fogged like this right here. Yeah, it's 100% fogged. And Yeah, my trophies have not grown at all since 2013. So, yes, man, we're talking like tons of trophies, and all of a sudden now I'm like, man, I don't even know. I don't think I'll ever need another cabinet again. You know.
Welcome to dirt track racing.
All right, well, Billy, man, now get going. Thank you very much for doing this. It was a lot of fun, man. I'm glad you finally decided to do this.
Yeah, yeah. You know why I was nervous. I was afraid I was gonna get fired and say something stupid about my job, but I made it through it.
You did.
Like this is without editing, right?
This
like,
is without editing.
Say anything bad.
That you did not say anything bad. Actually, I think we even got a PG rating on this one.
Yeah.
You know, we kept it way, way clean, especially compared to the previous one when we had to ask a black guy. You know.
Yeah.
So
the Kindler Gentler Fire Department. Like I thought we were gonna go down that road, but we didn't.
We can on the next one if you want.
No, we don't. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that.
Awesome. Well, Billy, man, thanks very much, man.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me.